Welcome back to another video, everybody. Today we are mounting the supercharged 1UZ in Drift Truck V2. Gingium from the future here again. We've already done all this stuff, but you know, good thing the supercharged 1UZ is still here on the engine hoist. And we're ready to work on the next step, which is mounting it into the drift truck. Obviously, we cut out all the old mounts because they stunk. The old motor mounts were whack. Not this time. This time, they're gonna have bushings in them. They're gonna look nice, they're gonna be strong, and it's gonna be able to hold all 300 horsepower. Now before we can just start making the motor mounts, because it's gonna be a two-part system, has to unbolt from the subframe, from the block, we have to make some plates that will bolt to the side of the 1UZ, and then we can build everything off of those plates.
Put washers on the back of the other three areas. That's okay.
So now we can work on test fitting this into the truck, getting it in the right spot, and then building the mounts. Now, before we just do that, we have to level the truck on the lift. If the truck is crooked on the lift and then we build the 1UZ to be level, then they're not gonna match. We could try to mount the 1UZ at the same amount of crookedness as the truck on the lift, but that's way harder than just leveling the truck out first. So the truck is now level on the lift, which is sick. We got our fish racing motor mounts in here. These are not meant for this, obviously, but they're nicer motor mounts than our last one. So we're gonna make these work with a custom plate. I think now it's time to go ahead, put the engine here and mount it. We're gonna mount the engine before putting the trans on and attaching that, because we're gonna put the engine in a good spot and just make the transmission fit. Whether we have to cut a little bit or a lot or nothing, we'll figure it out. We are gonna be mounting the engine a little bit farther forward and a little bit higher than our last setup. And that's mostly because we have to clear this steering shaft. That is the main concern. And we wanna be able to clear these new headers. Previously, we had these custom, really low profile headers made so that we could mount it as far back and down as possible. But with all the weight transferring to the back with the radiator, fuel tank, all that kind of stuff, we can afford to give ourselves a little bit more clearance when mounting the engine. I can't wait to see this thing in there. I hope our custom hooks hold the weight. Probably is going to end up being mounted slightly to the left side because these headers are bigger, but ideally if all the pulleys are behind that, it's fine. Like this is, I think, a good forwardness. I think we can get it to sit a little bit lower, but I think either way the supercharger is definitely going to be sticking out the hood. So I ain't mad, bro. I ain't mad. Let's just put it that way. So unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to use these fish motor mounts. Not too surprised, these are meant for a IS300 with a 1UZ swap. Clearly, IS300s are much wider. Now, the unfortunate issue is that I wanna keep working and I don't have any other bushings besides these bushings, which are off Hunter's car. He's got some spare bushings and therefore his spare control arms. They go in there, press in like that. So now I'm thinking we're gonna cut up S13 control arms with S13 bushings to make motor mounts for our 1UZ. If it works, right? Yeah, and that goes right in. Cool. That's one tacked together. Looking pretty good. So we have successfully, I think, turned our S13 front lower control arms into motor mounts. I mean, I think that was pretty good. We got a nice bushing in there. It's gonna be smoother than it was before, although it was already smooth. We're gonna slap these on, get the engine perfectly where we want it in the truck, and then we can build the other part of the motor mounts. '76. Motor mount sandwich. So the engine is mounted in there. Mounts are just tacked in. The next step, pull the engine out, weld up the mounts 100%, get those finished, and then, well, then it's time to get the CD09 behind this thing. Hey, yo. I don't really know order of operations here. Unfortunately, it's not as simple as math, but I figured now would be a good time to weld the front chassis. Just to, you know, if we don't have to remove the engine again, then cool. I think we're gonna have to, but I don't know. Let's weld the front chassis. Oh no, I don't know which one goes onto which side. They're similar, but not exact. They're side specific. Oh look, I wrote P, I engraved P on one side and D on the other. Driver's passenger. Oh, that's pretty sick. Like these motor mounts compared to these other old ones, man, these are just a million times better, bro. A little bushing. Oh! And with these motor mounts 100% done, that is going to be it for this video. In the next drift truck video, we're going to be mounting the CD09 to the 1UZ and then mounting it into the truck. But in the next video, we're reviving the Rally Miata and Molly. I'll see you guys then. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.